Good morning, Caleb.
Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning to you out there.
Good morning.
In
Social media land.
wait, you mean to tell me that the people that watch this video don't live in that camera? Are you kidding me?
Those are some little people live in the camera. That's like the ice machines, that you go and pay.
Yeah,
They
the
hire.
ones that bring the ice out
Uh-huh.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah, same folks. They work in there. That's how they.
We're getting off this Timeout Tuesday to a rousing start.
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
watching this morning, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with us.
This far? Yeah.
Thank you for sticking with us 20 seconds into the video. We
Yeah.
really appreciate it.
Because we never say anything dumb on Timeout Tuesday.
Well, since we've started back we took a brief hiatus, and since we took another brief hiatus.
We've taken a lot of brief hiatuses.
We've taken a couple of brief hiatuses, but there was also, just to be honest, we're honest people, you and I. I feel like generally honest people. We're honest people to the people.
Yeah.
We've had some
I'd say
technical
that.
difficulties with some of these Timeout Tuesdays since we
We
started
have.
back.
We have some technical difficulties, some medical difficulties, some mental difficulties. There's been a few.
We had
few
one.
things.
We had one video that was a Timeout Tuesday that became an audio only media media format.
No video.
we
Thankfully, we haven't done one that was video only
we have,
with no audio. Well, we probably did at some point.
at some point. I'm sure that's happened. I don't recall one recently that we've done like that. But hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments if we've ever done that for Timeout Tuesday. Help us with engagement. Let us know if we've ever.
Yeah,
had one.
we would like some feedback. If you would like to see more Timeout Tuesdays, which there's only one Tuesday a week. So if you would like to see Timeout Thursday or just funny videos from Matt and I, it's been a while since we've done any of those. Hey, Brother Ron's outside. You want to bring him in?
I think it'd be kind of hard to get his attention, and I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, let's.
Between Matt and Caleb, I don't know how much Pastor Ron likes being put on the spot sometimes on some of this stuff.
Probably doesn't
Depends
at
on
all.
the day. Depends on the day.
Yeah, we may push the limits on how that works. So anyway.
Good morning.
Good morning. Timeout Tuesday, real brief today. We've got some events coming up. That's what we're here to talk about. First event coming up is EGG. E.G.
Is that just the name of the event? Is egg? Because that's a weird name for an event.
Yeah, it's E.G. Meaning Easter gathering. I don't know where the at falls. Maybe it's an at symbol at Gloucester. Easter gathering at Gloucester. I think the at is silent.
Isn't there some sort of grammatical rule with acronyms where if there's like a very small, it's almost
now.
like the punctuation, like you have to do uppercase insert.
There
I
is.
don't know.
There is now.
I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. You like that one?
Speaking of
Like this video if I'm wrong.
Speaking of dumb,
yeah.
and I don't mean this towards you, but you segued perfectly into what we're going to talk about with egg, and that is that inside this container, the opposite of dumb is in one of these eggs, and they are Smarties. The candy Smarties. You brought up dumb. We can make you smarter by eating dummies. And here's what egg is. Easter Gathering at Gloucester is an opportunity to come together, and it's like these are farm animal eggs. You've got one with a rabbit. You've got a lot of mythological creatures like unicorn eggs even, things that are completely irrelevant to Easter, but the Easter egg hunt is just fun.
The Easter egg hunt is fun, and it's an important event for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think it's not.
The kids get to come together.
It's a part of the Easter season, I think, that points to the better, more specific, more hopeful reality we have. Is that we have, as a culture, we get really excited about Easter egg hunts and about the Easter bunny and those kind of things. But all those things are pointing us to something bigger that we celebrate in the season that we have the
Especially
opportunity
when
to
we get the
celebrate.
opportunity. I'll move my coffee cup out of the picture. We're not going to be hunting. I might be hunting for that, but
I'll be right there with you hunting for coffee on that Sunday.
yeah. But I mean, you're right. It's not a. It's an opportunity for us to use something that's become kind of a cultural norm to bring families together and celebrate our risen Savior, and that's what Easter's really about.
And celebrate and enjoy and fellowship, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
this
and we're not
Sunday.
just doing that. That's for the littles. You've got something.
Wait, what? There's something else happening?
Oh yeah, I think so, Matt. I'm glad you asked. We do an annual scavenger hunt at this event. That's really cool.
It's kind of a special thing. I don't know. It was actually kind of, I think Pastor Ron's idea maybe a couple of years ago mentioning something that we could workshop, including in our egg event that would maybe have some appeal to those who are kind of in that age range where it's like I don't have any kids to help hunt Easter eggs with, or my kids are not gonna want to hunt Easter eggs.
Yeah, they're not.
Or like, hey, I want to go get some prizes and medals and that kind of thing, and there are going to be plenty of volunteers to stick with my kids and watch my kids. I'm going to get a team together for the scavenger hunt.
Yep.
So
and the scavenger hunt goes off site. Like it's not.
Yes.
It's not here at the church. It's you have to register, or we prefer you to register if you can
It's
register.
a lot easier for just like anything else in this planning. We don't ask for pre-registration for the Easter egg hunt, but for our scavenger hunt portion of it, it's a lot easier if you go ahead and let us know that you have a 2 to 5 person team competing in that.
Yeah.
If you want to compete as an individual, be my guest, but it might not be super helpful to
And
you.
you provide the drivers. Like, so the team is.
We will help you find
Yeah.
a driver if you need.
It's kind of like a
finding
fishing
driver.
team in high
Yes.
school. Like you got a coach or whatever they call them that rides with each team. Yeah, that's going to be the driver. Somebody that we've run a background check that doesn't have any speeding tickets. Probably, no, I don't. They don't have any current driving offenses to our knowledge. So you'll be in good hands. All right. So can we transition, or is it time to transition? Oh, we have food too.
We have food, and I also think one last detail that people are going to want to know is
the date and
we've done the egg hunt. We've talked about the scavenger hunt portion that's going to have prizes and games. There are going to be prizes and games with the Easter egg hunt as well for the littles and for the bigger, for your, I guess, age range for the median egg hunt is like 5 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, we've got it spaced out with different age groups.
so we'll have that as well, and then some prizes and more kind of bigger stuff for the scavenger hunt. But that's all happening this Sunday, April 2nd, 5 o'clock here on campus. We'll also have some food, so come hungry. We'll be doing all that this Sunday as a celebration leading into the next Sunday, which is our Easter Sunday.
Yeah, for our littles, if you can, bring your own basket, Walmart sack, whatever you want to put eggs in, and bring a box, because usually we have so many eggs that we do it multiple times, and most parents end up with a lot of eggs at their house. So looking forward to that. Okay, so we can transition.
Jump. Yeah. You were just
I've been looking
brilliant,
forward to it. Yeah.
and you surprised me.
Yeah.
Good.
I didn't
It's
tell
pretty
you I
rare
was
that
going
we
to do that.
surprised each other up here, but no, I'm glad. It was good effect.
Yeah.
What are we transitioning to? We talked to
Man,
Easter.
this
we
is
gave
our-
people the date. We gave people the season for that, April 9th.
We've got a
service
lot
at
of events
10:30.
that are all our favorite
Yeah.
events. But if I'm being honest, like this is what we're about to talk about is probably realistically one of my favorite events at Gloucester Baptist Church, because it's not about Gloucester Baptist Church; it's about our community, and we've kind of forgotten about COVID. You know, like we forgot that it happened. You know, everything's just kind of faded off like it never happened. But we went through some crazy struggles during COVID. I think anybody that's watching this could relate to some kind of aspect of that. So we had the opportunity. God laid it on our hearts to start an event with 4 different speakers, 4 different musical groups over the course of 4 different evenings. And since then, we've developed into bringing in some other ministries that we've teamed up with, and that is Hope Revived. And this is our 4th annual Hope Revived. It's hard to believe there's been 4 years, yeah. But we've got some really cool things. What's our theme this year?
Our theme this year is going to be every year we incorporate the idea. The event is Hope Revived. So pretty much I think every year over the 4 we've incorporated hope in there somewhere. But the complementing or pairing attribute this year that we're talking about is strength, and that's going to be the highlight of Hope Revive this year. Hope Revive 2023, strength and hope.
And our focus passage is going to come from Psalm 73:26. My heart, my flesh may fail, but God is the strength of my heart, my portion forever. That speaks to the strength that he provides us, and in that we have hope. Basically, it's saying, I'm not perfect. I don't have the strength to complete these things. And those whole 4 nights, we'll get the opportunity from 4 different pastors, speakers, and different musicians to hear about how their testimonies and how they see God's word relevant in understanding that. That we don't have the strength to do this on our own, and God is the one that provides the strength. He's the one that is the hope. And so, who do we have our first night?
Well, let me rewind you back just a little bit. April 23rd, Sunday morning. Caleb and I are going to be leading a discussion panel here that Sunday morning to kick off our Hope Revived week, where we're going to have several of the organizations that we're about to talk about represented. And basically, we're also going to have some testimonies that are provided from folks within our church and within our community who have been personally affected in some way or another by this event. So that's going to be a really good way to kick things off. Even if you're not able to make it in person, we're going to have it set up the same way we're having this Timeout Tuesday, where you can watch it on YouTube or Facebook Live. You can go back and watch it later.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it actually started. Initially, there was no in-person. It was all online. So we're going to have Faith in Fostering, which is a local ministry to Shreveport that ministers to adults, 18 and older, who have come out of the foster care program, and they're a faith-based organization. They just kind of help them understand the standards of adult life and what it means. They help them find jobs. They constantly minister to them. They give them houses to live in groups, and so it's a really cool ministry. And then we have Graciously Broken. We recently visited there.
We recently visited the Graciously Broken headquarters over in Longview during our staff retreat. Graciously Broken is a ministry that we've partnered with. I guess it's been just last year, or was it the previous year as well? Jog my memory.
Yeah, last year they came and set up a table in the back, and we've had the opportunity to just stay in communication. We were able to provide a love offering that was able to benefit their ministry, and which we anticipate being able to do this year. But they'll be a part of the panel too. Faith in Fostering and them will be part of that panel.
And Graciously Broken is a restorative ministry, particularly for women who are in difficult circumstances, difficult situations. The leadership that we've had a chance to really get to know over the past several months and past couple of years has the program that they walk through their women with. It's very gospel-centered, gospel-centric, and it's a beautiful ministry. You'll have a chance actually to hear from a representative from Graciously Broken that Sunday morning that we were just talking about, which is again going to be the case for a lot of these. Why don't you tell the people? Let's do it this way. You tell the people about 318 Church that we've had the opportunity to partner with, and I'll do the FCA on the end of it.
Yeah, we'll have Pastor Matt Tyson and his wife Sarah up here, and they were a part of Hope Revive. He spoke last year at Hope Revive, but their ministry has grown downtown with their church, 318 Church, downtown. And so he'll be here and with his wife as a part of the panel and talking about strength and hope in regards to their ministry. Then we'll also have a representative from our church, Pastor Ron. He's not going to be facilitating. He's actually going to be a part of the panel, and we hope his daughter is. If I haven't told her yet, Elizabeth, you're going to be part of the panel too. And then we'll have you go ahead.
Yeah. Lastly, we will have we're doing our best to have a representative from the Northwest Louisiana FCA here. FCA is a ministry that I think has a lot of name recognition, and people have heard of it and know about the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. But sometimes I think with how general and wide the name recognition can be, people don't understand maybe some of the specific components of the ministry that FCA provides. So we're going to get the opportunity to hear some of those things, and we're going to get to hear, I forget what Hayden's title is. Do you?
He's the Northwest Louisiana director, and then his dad, I think, is like the state director.
It's a state position, yes.
Yeah.
So you'll get the opportunity to hear Hayden on Thursday of Hope Revived. He'll be bringing the word that night.
Yeah. And so finally, we'll just give you a rundown real quick, and we're going to close this session out. But our first night, a dear friend of mine and a man of God that I had the opportunity and pleasure of serving with at Broadmoor Baptist Church, Dr. Chuck Pusho, is going to be bringing a message that night. But before that, We Are Called, a local band that is growing in popularity.
Local-ish.
Local-ish. Yeah.
They're kind of, they have the unique thing of being local to a lot of different areas. It's interesting.
But they'll be leading us in worship that evening before Dr. Chuck preaches. Next, some folks that we know kind of a little bit. Folks from Mendon, they've been a part of Hope Revived, and they've helped us in so many ways kind of build this thing. Specifically, Scotty has even before he was at First Baptist Mendon, but dear friend of ours, Scotty Blackwell, and his team are going to come lead the music. And the cool thing is this year, their lead pastor, Leland Crawford, he's going to be here as the speaker that night. So I look forward to that pairing because they do such a good job at their own church every Sunday. Having them here is just going to be really cool.
And Mendon is an interesting church and an interesting community that we've had the opportunity to work with a lot. And there are definitely some parallels, if you're familiar with the kind of Shreveport-Bossier metro or area in general, some parallels between the community that Mendon exists in and the community that we serve in down here in Gloucester. Apart from some of the more familial or personal connections there, it's a great opportunity to share in ministry across two different contexts that are both pretty similar. Wednesday night of that week, we're going to have a representative from the Louisiana Baptist Convention. Lane Corley is going to be preaching, and someone is going to be leading us in worship that y'all are going to be familiar with, because I think
he's
what
been
number
here at
of
least
Hope
a couple.
Revived has he been at?
I don't know, between
Fall
Revival
Hope
and
Revived. Ben Waits, the acclaimed and amazing and talented Ben Waits, is going to be leading us in worship.
And not only acclaimed and talented, man, I say this every time, and this is probably one of the most humble men of God I have ever met. I mean, like, just so sweet-hearted, outspoken about the gospel, and yes, he is very talented and just a great guy. Lane, ironically, not ironically, but he was my cousin's youth pastor way back when, before he was part of the LBC, and so Louisiana Baptist Convention. So I'm excited to see him again. I hadn't seen him in years, but he's going to be our speaker for that Wednesday.
Caleb, why don't you tell the people what's going to be happening on Thursday night?
Thursday night, the last night. So Hayden Slack, as we mentioned before, will be our speaker. He is the Northwest Louisiana representative for Fellowship of Christian Athletes. He's going to be our speaker. He actually sent me his, I can't bust your bubble yet, but he sent me his passage this morning that he was going to be speaking on, and it's just going to be really good. But what's cool is with the musicians, we get to bring back a lot of the musicians that have been part of previous nights. And, man, there's this new song that another friend of ours got the opportunity to, we're going to be singing it that night. If you haven't heard this song, Sing Again, you need to listen to it. We're going to close Hope Revive with that song, and I can't think of anybody that it doesn't speak to. We won't do it as well as the original artist, but a friend of ours sent us that link to that song, and it's gone viral on YouTube, and I tell you, it's the perfect close to one of my favorite events. And so I know Hayden's going to bring a strong word, and with all the other teams that are coming back together, it's just going to be a great close to the night. But we're expectant of God to do big things. He always does.
We're really excited. We hope that even discussing some of the